So this white dude from the Heliki crowd caught the Count's attention. Right after this speech, the Count rushed over, yelling, "This outfit is mine. Nobody's stealing it. This outfit doesn't fit, but you're my buddy, my brother. It's just that you ditched me." All because the Count opposes his sister's marriage, embarrassing Ishka. The bald guy watches, seemingly interested in probing their relationship. You and the Count shared a room in school. Even if your politics were different, I'd say he was your best bud, so why the questions? Because what we're saying is totally true. You've known him for a whole year. You should have some insight into his character, and clearly, this guy wants to know some of Mr. Cuz's secrets. But the Count's no pushover, so the bald dude reluctantly leaves after dropping a few threats, leaving the Count to ponder his situation. But hey, if you ditch your basic morals, what's the difference between living and dying? He's just wandering around the hotel as usual. He spots his old pal Mr. getting pummeled in the bar, and without hesitation, he strips off his clothes, hands them to a bystander, and jumps in to take some hits. It's like a reunion of old classmates. Friendship seems to be rekindled, but of course, the differing ideologies still send them off in a huff. Individuals from these two distinct backgrounds think and behave in accordance with their own class, making it understandably challenging to consider things from the other's perspective. Looks like the Count's about to get a little reward for his heroics. A famous actress invites him for a drink. The drinking's just a ruse, the romantic night is real. Fleeting joy can't replace lost friendships. Nina returns to school after New Year. From that moment onwards, the Count was left without a single listener, whereas the bald official appears to hold a special fondness for him, continuously attempting to extract details about Mesco from the Count, stemming from my once erroneous conviction that this supposedly noble Count was indeed worthy of my trust. Because a Count who acts like a Count is still just a man, and I'm definitely not just any Count. Let's chat again. No doubt about it, I am. The Count's answer is obviously a phone note betraying his friends. Christmas Eve, Nina's last dinner with the Count. She prepared a gift to open after midnight. A year together left her heart broken. For the Count, it feels like seeing Nina again will take ages, and then he's invited by Mr. to the hotel staff's holiday bash. It is here that the Count profoundly experiences what true joy really is. Their holiday celebrations necessitate neither fancy outfits for adornment nor servants for contrast. The unique kind of joy they possess is truly unforgettable for a lifetime. But afterwards, they've got to return to reality. Clearly, the Count owes his survival today to Mr. Maybe men's friendships always run deep. They hug like brothers again, with all their words spoken in silence. After midnight, the Count unveils Nina's gift, which just so happens to be a key that unlocks every door in the hotel. Staring at the key, the Count's mind is racing, thinking thoughts that could spark a revolution. Sunlight streams straight down the ladder, leading right up to the hotel's penthouse. Outside, it's freezing, but that long-lost sunshine and Moscow scenery have the Count feeling only excitement and freedom. Time flies, and now this new era is something the Count just can't comprehend. Mr. Halisky, have you had a chance to take a look at this absurd madness? Yes, we have our orders. Even the hotel's fine wine isn't allowed out. This is a huge counter to revolutionary ideals. Clearly, a monument to noble privilege. They've also taken off all the labels as well. In the 4.5 years, the Count's gotten friendly with everyone at the hotel. That little girl Nina has grown into quite the beauty, making the Count long for her mischievous childhood days. And of course, the Count's lady friend Anna is also looking dazzling, but the authorities are still keeping a wary eye on these noble exiles. Mr. brings the Count the latest scoop from overseas. His grandmother has passed away, and now the Rostov family has shrunk to just him. Him, the last of the Rostovs. Once him gone, that's it for the family. The Count takes out his last remaining belongings, planning to host a funeral dinner for his grandmother, but given the current climate, it's practically a death wish. Her husband's passed away, We aren't allowed to hold a ceremony. Be careful, or we might get some serious backlash. There have been other social events in Moscow recently. I only know about one that happened just 6 months ago. Vladimir and Yelena Trebiskov got married at the Church of the Great Ascension. Yes, there were far more plainclothes cops than actual guests. Now Vladimir is missing, and Yelena is living in deep fear all alone. You're putting your guests in danger, and the Count's willing to do it because of their relationship. You mock General Secretary Stalin and those Trotsky disciples. Among the well-educated privileged, a couple of them are children of doctors. Another has a physicist for a father. They think they are entitled to power, and they are starting to gain a foothold in the party. Could you please tell me if there was a specific reason behind your desire to meet with me? What do you know about my background? You were once a soldier, an infantryman, rising to the rank of commander. You were once a soldier, an infantryman, and you rose to colonel by the end of the war. Could you please tell me how you came to know all that? In this circle, it's a gentleman's responsibility to distinguish the ranks apart. Is there anything else as well? Only an Eastern Georgian would have lunch with a rickety bottle because he's in a hurry to get home. In my family, we would share a bottle of champagne to celebrate and mark special occasions. Keep a close watch on them, but it's not enough to know their next move. I need to understand the privileged classes. Could you please elaborate on how you propose to help me? From time to time, you and I will meet and chat. You will teach me what I want to know. Anna cautions the Count, saying it's way too risky. It's like handing over a knife to the enemy and sticking it to his own throat. Sure enough, on the day of the dinner, no one dares to show up, as society remains fearful of the unclear situation Countess asks.